Good evening, my wonderful patrons, and welcome back to the Metro Bar. I hope you all had a wonderful week. I'm just gonna say this right now. There will be a point within this video where you notice that I'm resyncing this because I, Potato Head, have forgotten to actually record this properly. And this is where we usually would have our little chat about what happened in the past. So what happened last time was that we actually went out, had the Christmas party with Jill. We had our fun there, played Truth or Dare, and the day after we came back to the bar, and our boss decided that we would have a New Year's party as well. So we were tasked to invite new people, which we did. This time we invited Sei and Stella already, and then had our boss's ex show up. She would essentially tell us what happened in the past with our boss. So we'll now go back into Glitch City and start this anew. I'm terribly sorry if everything's out of sync. I will edit it so that you can see when I completely messed up and noticed it. But we all learn from our mistakes, and I hope you will not raise me pitchforks. Raise me down with pitchforks. And okay, that was it. It's a little rant. Enjoy the rest of the video. Rent is due on the 30th. Please make sure that your account has the necessary $10,000 or you will be evicted. Jill wonders if the Maneki Neko actually brings luck. Buy one to prevent her from getting distracted. Have a nice day. So, yeah, we should have enough money for this time. If we get our pay today, we will have enough for New Year's, so we should be able to buy them. You've been chuckling since yesterday. We know. They say they bring luck, but this paw is broken, so I wouldn't trust him. $500, $550, it should be more than fine for us to actually get this, so that's fine. So where is it? Oh, he's up there. On the shelf, nice. Oh, the augmented eye has new things. Y2K, the final remaster leads the video game charts. The newest remaster of the 2016 Y2K, a postmodern RPG, opens the charts this week with 3.5 million copies shipped on its launch day. Other titles this week include new releases such as Hatsune Miku Project R Remastered and Sting's Face Remastered. Full chart includes lifetime sales, Y2K, the final remaster, 3.5 million new, Hatsune Miku Project R Remaster, 1.5 million new, Sting's Face Remaster, 9.5k new, Water Pro Wrestling G, 500k to 950k, and Dang It, Ground Pole, 400k to 1.2 million. This is the third final this year. She's right. I talked about Final Fantasy there being the Final Fantasy, and they're now like Final Fantasy 16 or so. Really weird. How many Final Fantasies do you need? Woman Mary's anime pillow now is actually... no one is actually surprised. I remember a time when wacky stuff like this made a lot of headlines, but even though I'm reporting on this, I can't help but think now how mundane it's become. I mean, we live in a world where you can just plug into the internet and live there for as long as your wallet can afford rent-related fees. Lots of people get married in these virtual spaces. Thanks to the new technologies, the traditional views on human relationships have changed so much that some marry a literal object feels kind of tame now. If the pillow had some form of intelligence, it might be somewhat different. But it's just a plain, generic anime hug pillow. Get with the times, Grandma. Wanna marry me? I'll marry your own son. First space colony plans to develop own army. Even though space was imagined as a promised land, a place where humanity would start over, it looks like we're about to repeat our mistakes from the past. The first space colony, Shine Outer Paradise, is currently in talks to develop its own privately owned army, following alleged threats from a notorious terrorist group. We're discussing it right now, but the law is now likely approved. We'll have an army and we'll defend our motherland from any terrorist threat. Alice Radbit chimed in during a private stream. This terrorist group does not exist. Don't let the Outer Paradise government fool you. The only reason for this law is so they can have more control over the people, over the population. Alice Rabbit in space too? Easy. And that's about it, so let's save. And then head back to work. Good evening. Ah, chill, I'm out to get firecrackers. Firecrackers? It's New Year's, right? We need some. Wouldn't firecrackers scare off the dog? Yeah, good idea. Go ahead. I'll be back in a bit. Even for a cat lover, you sure get excited about firecrackers a whole lot more when dogs are involved. I know how hypocritical it sounds, and I don't care. Ah, Jamie's here. Greetings. Anyways, let's start. Time to make springs and change lives. Ah, the guy that wouldn't come back twice. Yeah, shut up. By any chance, did something fly over here 2 weeks ago? On Friday? Yes. There were lots of explosions, noises throughout the night. But as far as I understood, those were made by a flying drone or something like that. So it flew by here. I take it you know what made the noise? Let's just keep it at whatever drone story you heard. Right. The noise got annoying after a while, I must admit. So it remained in the vicinity? I don't know what counts as in the vicinity, but yeah. Distant explosions all night. Interesting, so it didn't get far away. Oh, get me a Mars Blast. Mars Blast. Mars Blast for the guy that wouldn't come back twice. Mars Blast. Okay. 6 yellow. 1 blue. 3 green. 4 green. Sorry. 2 white. And all black. Well, you didn't mess up. Sorry if I may interject. You're looking for a fight? Most certainly not. You really think you'd stand a chance? You're like half his size. I can fight Dirty. He kills people for a living. I can fight Dirty. Jill, please, you make me sound like a savage. It will be like me saying you get people drunk for it. It's not wrong, but there are better ways of saying stuff like that. You're right, sorry. And like I said, I'm not looking for a fight. I just noticed you seem to like strong drinks. What about it? Well, to be honest, it's a rare sight in this bar. I'd even come to believe I'm the only one here to enjoy them, aside from the owner. May I suggest you try a suplex next time? It might be to your liking. Okay, let's try this suplex thing. Right. Let's give Ingram a suplex. Now, that sounds weird. Suplex. 4 yellow. 3 green. And 3 white. All on the rocks and stuff. Yeah. Good stuff. Like a less burning but punchier pile driver. So your face looks somehow familiar, mister. Call me Jamie. You are? I'm Ingram. Anyway, I think I saw your face somewhere. Maybe when I needed to look for a specific violet. Did you perhaps go through a nanomachine expunge? I did, actually. Figured as much. Only a handful of people do that. And almost all of them are people with nanomachine rejection that feel oddly suicidal. So, why go through the whole thing? Rejection? Need to hide away? A second. It's easier to remain undetected when they have no means to track you or your activities. I see. How does the expunge work? You lie in a pressurized chamber and they give you a special IV solution. It causes nanomachine rejection while giving you the antibodies needed to prevent them from getting back in. For 5 hours you're trapped in bed while a horrible pressure builds up in your body and nanomachines are forced out. They're like little needles all over your body. You feel them in your eyes, in your gum, in your toes, everywhere. And after all that, they need to implant you with a mechanism that constantly releases the same antibodies. What are you having, JP? It's a gut punch. Yeah, I should have figured. Hey, give me one of those. Sure. Let's give him a gut punch again. That didn't sound right. Gut punch. 5 yellow, 1 green. Got it. Yep. It's all 18 minutes. Let's go. Here. Yeah, I love those. It looks different from yours though. I had a couple of extras in his actually. So where's the antibody unit they stuck with you, Jamie? Inside, like all other maintenance systems. It can be troublesome at times, but the perks of not having nanomachines in the body outweigh the cons. And the rest of the enhancements, were they reconstruction or have you added them over time? Over time, either by getting a much needed enhancement or through fixing injuries. I see. Well, it was my pleasure, Jamie, but I gotta leave. Nice to meet you, Ingram. Please come again. Don't count on it. You've said that twice. Shut up. Seems like a nice guy. Right. I won't call him a bastard, but he's not the nicest in the bunch. Maybe you called him on a bad day? No, I think you're just that good at bringing out the nicest side of people. Oddly enough, that guy's the hell out of me. Someone's in a good mood. Give me a bad touch, will you? That way you'll be in a good mood too. What's wrong? Bad touch. 2 yellow, 2 blue, 2 green, 4 white, all on the rocks, and next. Yeah. Jill, you have such a pretty sense, such a petty sense of humor. Guilty as charged. So, what put you in a good mood? Oh yeah, that. Today my sister was supposed to be in court for all the custody proceedings. Of course, not only does she show up later than her husband, and drunk at that, but also dressed like she got flacked in the back of the parking lot. And to top it off, she forgot to even bring her kids. Luckily, my parents brought them to court. The judge assigned the kids to my parents for the time being. So she really messed up, huh? When they came back to the house and Diana started throwing a temper tantrum, she said it was lucky her husband didn't get the kids because the angst would make her jump onto the highway. So Ava comes and says, then make sure it kills you, because we aren't dealing with you as a cripple. I shouldn't reinforce that behavior, but... but I don't know. Maybe it was the timing, but... I've been laughing for hours now. You hold quite an animosity for Diana, don't you? She and I used to be the closest friends when I was 7 or 8. We played all the time. We even slept on the same bed for a while. Then she turned into a teen. We stopped playing. She had other things she wanted to do. I could forgive all that. I mean, the age difference and all. But there is something in particular I still can't forgive. It was a day she invited her friends to the house and I went to ask her something. As I was leaving, one of her friends asked if I was her sister. And she said she had no little sisters. I think that was the moment I finally broke the pedestal I held her on. I admired her as much as a kid could admire someone, you know? Little by little, that admiration wore off until we finally reached that breaking point. I felt betrayed. And you haven't been able to forgive her after 40 years? Hey! It's not that I still hold a grudge against her, but rather, the Diana who said all those things so many years ago is the same Diana that I know today. How so? She hasn't matured one bit. She's still as selfish, childish, and immature as she was back then. When you see her, you don't see an adult. You see an overgrown, horny teen. So, aside from destroying any admiration I held for her, she made sure not to fix that impression. Huh. But enough about me. How are you? Everything's fine, aside from this note. A note? Remember how I told you I lashed out at my dead ex's sister? Yeah? I got this note from her. Let's see. Wow, she must really feel bad about the whole thing. As do I. So what's the problem then? The same fear that drove me away from her in the first place. Right. Give me a martini, will you? Here's a little story I want to tell you. Right. Brantini. 6 red, 3 blue, 1 white, all aged and mixed. Here. This is the thing. Let's start. Boom! Oh, hell no. This is the story of a girl who grew disillusioned with one of her sisters. Soon, it became animosity, and not long after, she distanced herself completely from said sister. With time, the girl would become attached to her eldest sister, looking up to her achievements. All I can look at right now are those boobs. Said sister would even marry the girl's best friend not soon after. And after the girl went into college, that sister would quit her job. The sister was worried sick about leaving her baby kid alone, prompting her to quit her high-ranking job. What if I hired your high-ranking heads? Shut up. The girl, even as an adult, felt betrayed. Her role model sister went against everything she held her in high esteem for. She was no longer a child, yet she felt like a part of her had crumpled. Hey Joe, I can lift her sweater. Do you wanna see? I bet you wanna see. Alright, enough. Enough? Shit. Peace out. I mean, I know the girl is you and the sister is your eldest sister. Please get to the point. Right. The point is, if you don't face her, she will be heavily disappointed. She's trying to make amends with you. That must take courage. Lots of it. Yeah, you're right. My mouth is dry. Can I get a beer? Right. Dear, man, I am going crazy, aren't I? Beer. 1 red, 2 yellow, 1 blue, 2 green, 4 white. All mixed. Here. Thanks. So tell me, did you and this Gabby girl get along? Oh yeah. I never had brothers and sisters, but Leonor introduced me as her sister-in-law. She got so excited about having a new sister that she clung to me a lot. I helped her in her studies, read books with her, played with her a lot. She was pretty much my sister too. I have to leave, but I'll tell you this. As both a big and little sister, if you don't grant that girl the chance of talking to you, I'll never forgive you. Yeah. But there's a small New Year's party this Saturday if you're interested. Oh, sure, I'll be there. Remember, I won't forgive you. Yeah. I'll go take my break. Alright. Ah! Where were you?
You were quite absorbed in conversation just now. Jamie even said goodbye to you, didn't you hear?
Anyways, call me if anything comes. It's less chilly today. Jill, a kid is looking for you. Oh shit. Hey. Ah, Nora. Phew. You're back! Oh, fuck you. You know, you don't... I'm not giving you any drinks. Did I say that loud? Yeah, actually, I wanted to thank you. You wanted this rather. Thank me? Well, for starters, by not complying and giving me alcohol. Anything else would have fallen apart if I had some. Aw, so responsible, Joe. I kind of faced my mom and told her all about the pressure she was putting on me. Said I wanted to figure out what I wanted to do. Now she didn't speak for me 2 days. After that she told me that it'd be a waste to spend money in a university just for me to not give it my all. So she told me to still go to the college course, but that I was free to explore. Well, I wanted to thank you for that. If I just rushed ahead into my original plan, things would have gotten ugly. And you were right. I would have be hurting her for the sake of hurting her. So, thank you. Don't worry about it. I'll leave before it's too late outside. Be careful. Aw, so sweet. Shut up. Hey, Jill, you mind helping me here? Sure. Make me a bleeding Jane, please. On it. Thank you. 1 yellow, 3 blue, 3 green, and all black. Thanks. Joe, do you hate me? Hate is a harsh word. Not against you directly, but rather the fact that only I can see you. Like I told you, if they wanted, they could see me. And why can I? You're the main character? No. What are you? A cute girl? Right. Yo, Jill. You okay, Jill? Making a lot of faces there. Yeah, just remembering stuff. Would you give me a hand here and serve a beer, please? Oh. 1 red, 2 yellow, 1 blue, 2 green, and 4 white. All mixed. Here. Thanks. Would you listen up if I showed you I can interact with the environment? Maybe it will spook me, but let's try. Yeah! Oh, that's cool. That's the coolest background. Can't see anything. You sure? Yep. Weird. Man, I like the other one. I don't want to have it. Nobody expects the Dorothy Inquisition. Dorothy Inquisition. Dorothy Inquisition. Dorothy. Ah! My tongue. Can't believe I'm using my spare tongue so early in the night. Honey! Ah, hey Dorothy. I'm making a quick stop for a drink. Can you give me a fluffy dream? Sure. Fluffy dream there. 3 red. No, I messed it up. Okay. 3 red. 3 blue. Go to the red. Thanks. Oh yeah, before you leave. What? Are you guys throwing a New Year's party too? Yep. Sure, I'll be there then. Well, I've got things to do, so... You do? Who does what? Sorry, I sneezed. Weird sneeze. Anyways, I'm out for now. Oh yeah, Joe? Take care of Becky, please. Man, she was in a rush. Okay, fuck that noise. Fireworks are sold out everywhere. I'll need to get them through more shady means. He's gonna buy them from the internet. He'll fight them and put them all at risk of burning. Put us all at risk of burning. I'll make sure there's an extra fire extinguisher at hand. Please. Let's see. Okay. Weird, I swear the track's dead here. Oh! Wait, what? 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 Well, this is new. I didn't expect this. I just got an achievement from this. Hold on. Oh, I'm at a bar. Well, that's nice. Can I get you something? Let's have a martini. Sure. I will always mispronounce this. It's a brandtini, not a bartini. B. Brandtini. 6 red, 3 blue, and 1 white. All HDs. This seems right. And what brought you here? I think it's better if my name remains a mystery for now. The register's error? What? The money's there, but the register can't display the name properly. Still, what brought you here, mysterious person? I'm following Alice Rabbit's trails. I want to know how deep the hole goes. Trail? A massive leak of white lights inside the information from 2 weeks ago made it to global news. Curiosity got the better of me, so I started seeking the trail of the transmission. Do you work for someone then? No. You could say it's for fun. Alice Rabbit is quite an urban legend and I wanted to study for a bit. I see. Hey, would you say Alice Rabbit is a person or a group? Excuse me? Well, there, there are people who say that it might as well be a group instead of just a person. If it can be just a group, it can also be just a symbol. Everyone using the Alice Rabbit moniker could be doing so as a way of staying anonymous while projecting clear intent. I doubt it though. Why? Alice Rabbit's actions are too consistent. It can't be a group, and if it is a group, it's most likely coordinated by just one person. Everything seems to fit an agenda. The attacks are too consistent and use similar methods. Really? I guess it can be hard for most people to notice beyond the consistent usage of the same bunny avatar. But the way the attacks are executed is always in the same vein. None of it makes it easier to track. Actually, its tracks only get dimmer and dimmer with each attack. And so you came to check on what might be left behind from the last hacking job. A pilgrim of sorts, if you will. Say, would you mind giving me a Zen star? Sure. Let's give this mysterious client a Zen star. I think nobody else ever orders a Zen star. It's like the most disgusting thing of all. Just fear of it all, horror of it all. You'd think that something so balanced would actually taste nice. You'd be like, yeah. Ah, as nasty as I remember. So, what have you found? Can you share? Sure. Why the hell not? I'm in a good mood. Well, whoever Alice Rabbit is, or are, they spend a lot of time planting seeds all over the city. Seeds? There's traces of the videos being streamed from up to 23 different locations. All of them routers of different brands that blew up after the transmission. Every one of them using different IPs, some even using internet providers from outside the cities. There's even traces of programs that hack into devices. Given this means to access a network for as long as the broadcast lasted. Apparently, Alice Rabbit also accessed devices early to make sure they'd be turned on at the right time. Well, the only thing without the transmission was my old CRT, so yeah. Craftsmanship, let me tell you. Left no traces whatsoever of where anything came from. Even if you look at the metadata in the leak files left on all devices after the transmission ends, there's nothing. Perfect crime then. Not perfect, compared to other attacks like the first leak that started riots around here. This one is sloppy. More specifically, the means of destroying evidence wasn't as effective as other occasions. But thanks to the commission at the bank, any attempts to investigate further were crumbled by the madness that follows. I see. Well, I must keep moving. Oh yeah. My name's Tomcat, by the way. Nice to meet you. The register cleared up too. Well, I guess that's it for today. You sure you're fine? Don't worry. Alright, careful out there. $29,610 made. 2,540 total in drinks, 50 brings some commission, total payment 762, 500 for tips, 500 flawless bonus. The booze and firecrackers make no booze and all booze and no firecrackers make Dana a dollar girl, 300. Alright, let's go. Jill is thinking a lot about Kira Miki. Buying one of the posters will prevent her from getting too distracted. You've been talking a lot with that Alma girl. Jealous? Let's go get that poster. I could tear off I could tear one off of the walls in the vicinity, but hell knows what jumps they have. Ooh, Danger U has something new. Surviving in Glitch City. Any tips for a new friend in this wonderful land? Oh boy. Self-deprecating threats. Don't trust in the White Knights, and don't go out after 5 PM unless you want to get mugged or murdered. Bring a portable chair everywhere. You'll have to line up for flower lol. Get used to eating what you find. Shortages are getting out of hand. I've been eating rice with butter for months now, but I guess it could be worse. Don't jinx it, please. I have enough as it is. So coming here was a mistake. Why would you come here anyway? Visiting family, but now I'm wanted to take them out. Do it while you can. Yeah, airlines are leaving the city, lol. Soon we won't even be able to escape. Sad face. I can't even get some weed in this crap hole somewhere. Can I even get some weed in this crap hole somewhere? Yeah, I just PM'd you a good dealer. Unless I'm mistaken, my grandpa lived here before it turned into Glitch City. Alright. Augmented Eye. BTC closing 40% of its bars in Glitch City. The British Trademark Council is facing some economic troubles in Glitch City, and it looks like they're on their way out. Blaming rising inflation rates and weak currency, the BTC has given the orders to disband almost half of its recreational businesses in the city. We can't keep doing business like this. Glitch City has a negative impact in our earnings, and we can't continue in the red, a PR representative told the Augmented Eye. Prime Minister Quincy, on the other hand, thinks the BTC is just too greedy. They make a lot of money already, and now they're crying because they can't have more. Give me a break. Oh yeah, this. Date on the party, Augmented Eye. Wearing socks with sandals in public is now a crime. I like to say we have the freedom to wear whatever we like in the streets of Glitch City, as long as we adhere to the to full decency rules. However, that's about to change. Glitch City's Department for Public Decency has declared that wearing socks and sandals together is a punishable crime. If convicted, the guilty faces 3 days in jail as punishment for using that abominable combo. But what do you think? Should we wear whatever we want, or should the fashion police of higher society decide for us? Whatever the case, I think I'll stick to the right side of the battle. Goodbye, socks and sandals. Gods be praised, the first silly law I'm all in for. I find it weird. Birth rate decreases as the youth prefers Lilin company. At the beginning of the century, the idea that people would rather be with robots instead of other humans was treated as a joke, but the reality is that the convenience of these kinds of relationships have become immensely popular among Glitch City's youth, to the point where birth rates are beginning to decrease at an alarming rate. Anime I hate you for making me read this joke. Anime, a 17-year-old student, agrees with the general sentence. It's just as much better than dealing with other people, you know? You can just make your own perfect partner. Oh, and the sex, it's amazing, laughs. Don't even get me started. It's expected that new regulations will soon to be announced to address the situation. Being only with Willem can be tiring though. Let's save. And let's head back to work. Good evening. Hey. Okay, so we got almost everything, but we're still missing a couple of things for Saturday. And so I designate you, Gillian Applegate, as official guys who goes and buy the rest of the stuff. Applegate? I have no idea who that is. Why me? I could send Jill, but I wouldn't dare send a lady by herself. And I could go with her, but I believe the bar should have at least 2 people in the vicinity at all times. You're not gonna say anything, Jill. If it means not being delivery girl, I'm happy to fake helplessness. Fine, give me that list. I'll be back sometime. Something tells me you're planning something, boss. What gives you that impression? Call it a gut feeling. Did you know Gil has a crush? He what? A client of his, a girl that owns a bazaar. He's been coming on to him for ages, and he's only just starting to open up. But he's taking steps backwards, and I'm not gonna let him. He's opening up, for fuck's sake. And so the errand will take him to the bazaar, I'll take it. That's right. Huh. Alright then, to the office I go. As for me... time to make strings and change lives. Gil with a crush. Huh. This place. Right. Oh, if it isn't... Hey, Jill, sorry, but is there anywhere I can hide? There's no pleasant guy on my tail. Stalker woman stalked woman incoming. The door's open. Go ahead, the door's to the left. Thanks. Hello there. Oh, hi there. The other one. That's the bathroom. Wait, what's a dog doing in the bathroom? No. No. No, why him? Why him? Why do we have to play? Why? Why did he have to come back? Why? Help.
Where did she? Oh, the hellhole. Perfect. Hey kid, I'll have the usual.
Right. Look, he remembers me after 2 weeks. Don't remember as usual. It's a big beer, 2 red, 4 yellow, 2 blue, 2 green, and 8 white. All mixed. Here.
This seems right. The paper's been a mess lately. You'd think with all that's happening, they'd stay and do more reports. But they're all asking for vacation. I can't afford to be understaffed. So I had to come up with some sort of reward for whoever produces the most reports.
I see no difference in my feet, though. Mr. Donovan, I don't mean to sound rude, but you do know the infamy of the augmented eye with the general public, right?
A shitty page that will over sensationalize anything and report useless things? Of course I know.
And why not try to rectify that image?
To put it simply, I'm being crushed by the balls in the non-pleasant way.
No, did the mic... No. Did I accidentally turn off the... No. Please tell me that the stream had... Oh no. No. No, I did did I oh my god. Well, I guess I'll have to check that in recording.
Sabatsu Corp and company have an eye on everything on every publication that they haven't bought yet. Report on them once and they'll find something to fine you with. Twice and you'll find your resources severely cut. Anything beyond that, the best case scenario is that they'll buy the damn operation to keep it quiet. You know, there are more newsworthy things than whatever it is the lackeys pick out that week. But if I overstep, my ass is on the line.
Huh.
You have to see this hellhole is still in one piece. The BTC has been going apeshit closing bars lately.
Oh yeah, that.
Yesterday they closed one that served as a key part of a drug trafficking ring. And last week they closed 3 small bars that served as illegal chicken restaurants.
Huh.
Not to mention there are like 100 people who have BTC certificates but never used them. Instead, they kept those certificates around to stop police from raiding their homes or warehouses. I don't know about you, but it's obvious to me that some restructuring will begin at the BTC after this whole thing.
Man, shit really ran deeper than I thought. And no news outlet talks about that.
Alright, kid, let's try a moonblast now.
Come again?
Hey, even I have to break the routine from time to time.
Moonblast. 6 of these. So 6 red, 1... He probably wants a big one. 2, 4, 5, 6. 2 of these. 2 of these and 4 of these. On the rocks and left. Yeah.
Now let's see what the ruckus is about.
And so, what brought you here?
Alright, didn't you see Lilum come in here? Blue hair, big tits. She's the one from the Encore concert coming up.
Not really.
Did she jump up to the roof then?
Why were you looking for her? Did you want an interview?
Not really, just sitting on that. Hey, I said hitting on her, not hitting her. Stop glaring.
I go. Are you that bored? Don't you have, like, a family or something?
Hey, have you seen that girl? Hot as tits. Also hot ass and tits.
I hate this man.
I hate him. I'm suffering the weirdest combo of being hard as fuck and curious at shit right now. I want to know just how detailed those King class DH-1A models are, personally.
And so you followed her.
I've yet to meet a woman that can resist the charm of Donovan D. Dawson.
You're in front of one, and I'm guessing you have quite a selective memory. Like I said, don't you have a family or something?
Alright, a wife, but that woman cheats on me as much as I cheat on her. In fact, I'm pretty convinced she gets off on the thought of me cheating on her. So that Lilum isn't here. I have to find a busty enough replacement tonight, or I'll explode. Hey, after you're done glaring, please serve me a pile driver.
Right. Let's just give him a pile driver, literally. Six. 8. Eight, yeah. All mixed. Here.
Alright. Well, seeing as she's not here, I have no reason to stay. Maybe I'll find someone that looks a bit like her.
The guy left. Alright. Thanks for sheltering me, Nana. Hope your sister likes the video. No, thank you. Seems you had a hearty talk. Your boss is such a fun person. Her sister is a fan of mine, so I recorded a small video for her and took a couple of photos. How nice of you. It's nothing really, and she hit me, so it's the least I can do. But well, we're here already. We're here already. Aren't giving me something sweet? Sure. I destroyed my voice. Again. It hurts so much. Why do I do this? thanks. Alright, hold on. I need to take a drink after this because it just... Ow. Okay. Okay. So do you know why Donovan was following you? I don't, but I wasn't in the mood to deal with him. His questions were a bit over the line last time too. Not the worst I've dealt with, but I just didn't want to humor him. I see. It seems like he was just trying to come on to you. You don't say. Well, not like he'd have a chance anyways. I'm not into older guys, and I'm already committed to a relationship. Wait, what? Wait, you are? It's not common knowledge, and the ones that hear it try to dismiss it as rumors, but I've been in a relationship with my producer for a while now. Really? We're both single, and that kind of stuff is bound to happen when you spend so much time together. But it all started when he read an entry I made on my blog about waiting to explore love and the like. He offered to help me with that after he read it, and I thought, sure, why not? I already know him well enough. It wouldn't hurt to try. How nice. He's a stick in the mud where planning is due, but he's a sweetheart otherwise. I see. You know, I've met 2 fans of yours lately. Really? Both of them seemed so excited when they were talking about you. It was amazing. I don't like the term fan too much. It strikes me as a bit pretentious, in my opinion. I have many fans doesn't sit as well as I like many people who like my music better. Fan evokes an ugly and more pretentious image for me. Do you like what I do, Jill? Do you like my music? To be honest, I haven't had much exposure to your works, but the few things I have heard are really good. And not gonna lie, having talked to you, I feel like I would support you even if I didn't like it. So nice to hear. Hey, this will sound familiar, but do you have anything like tea? Let me see. Something bitter but girly. Isn't that like bitter girly? Yeah, sunshine cloud. Two red, 3 yellow. I have to, right? I have to. When do we get the opportunity? On the rocks and blend. Yeah. Yeah, this works. Hey, you're in class CH1A, right? That I am. May I ask you something about your model? Sure. Are there any differences between you and a DFC-72? We both serve the same purpose, but DFC-72s have a port on their head, which makes them more versatile. My line lacks that or the resilience of the DT-01Ds, but we're a tad more polished elsewhere. More specifically, our voice emulators are more advanced and our movements are smoother. A trade-off of functionality and power over appearance, you could say. I see. So anything new for this concert? Well, it is an encore, so we're trying to make it the same for those that couldn't go to the first one. But we always try to spice it up, like maybe with a surprise song or something. There was this one time I sang a cover of a song by B-Link. Of course, in return, they sang Your Love is a Drug. Ah. So you know the B-Link girls? Really nice kids. You'd be surprised how different from their onstage personas they are. Really. Suzu, for example, can be really childish at times. She also laughs a lot, and loudly at that. Meanwhile, Arina is a party girl through and through. If they're not on tour, she spends her time partying like crazy. Hard to believe, I mean, the image is that of stoic girls with little expression. Almost like living Victorian dolls or something. Well, they wanted to pop out in public. They once told me if we want people to notice us, we have to break the cutesy idol concept. And so they took the opportunity, so they took the opposite routine, and by becoming cool beauties with melancholic songs, I wouldn't say they went the opposite way. The opposite of cute idols would be unkempt, tone-deaf girls spewing vitros and hate. True, I guess. Well, I've gotta go, but let's have Sparkle start first. Alright. Two of these. One of these. Judge me. All age mixed. Yeah. Sparkling. Well, it's always a pleasure, Joe. Please come again. Will do. Oh, the handsome bartender. Nice to see you. Boss, Guild's back. I'll take my break. Alright. Alright. Oh, I so hope I did record everything properly, otherwise I have to go back and... Oh, good thing I'm actually recording this time. Yes, I am absolutely unprofessional. I am terribly sorry. I'm trying my best. Let's go back. Note to self, buy oil for that door. Why? The bar's closing down anyways. Alright then. Gil, you're on my spot. Please. Oh, sorry. Also, you're cleaning one of Boss's chicken buckets. Did Boss ask you to do that? If I told you she did, would you believe me? Without a doubt. Let's go with that then. Right. Greetings. No, greetings. Now, Stella, what can I get you? I'll go with a bleeding Jane today. Bleeding Jane. 1 yellow, 3 blue, 3 green, and it's all red. Ow. Here you go. Thank you. What brought you here today? Waiting for Sei? I came by myself, actually. I was in the area and stopped to say hi. Oh. It's pretty interesting, though. When I first saw you, I thought you'd ever come back here again. Well, this place is comfortable, I must admit. It's so quiet and secluded. It's also clean, really clean. Here is the one you can own. That too. The guy takes pride in how clean he keeps things around here. If you ever need cleaning staff, he's a nice pick. Really? He's a bit out of it today, though. I see. Well, Jill, have you heard of the news? The new gold rush in the city. Gold rush? Everyone is paying small fortunes to get their hands on priceless white knight suits. I think I heard or read something about that. I'm having doubts, so probably not. In any case, how is it a gold rush? The tech behind the suits was always safeguarded, but after the event at the bank... Sorry. After the event at the bank, the suits were remotely shut down, breaking many of them in the process. Many units dropped their armor right there and fled when the lynching went on. Any white knights still stuck in their suits had to take the armor off manually to run away. It all happened in the middle of the lynching, so they'd be sitting ducks if they didn't. Some weren't that lucky. They got beaten up while they weren't able to move. So, between the suits becoming glorified paperweights and many white knights going on the run, there ended up being a lot of junk lying around. But the whole scientific community is rejoicing. Then they're on a race to reverse engineer the suits and take as much technology as possible from them. And of course, every single piece of armor fetching a high price these days. Could anyone see any profits from the research to justify those expenses? It's new tech, a whole new field ripe with patents just open for many. So I'd say yes. Huh. I mean, the BTC is literally a conglomerate built upon patents and trademarks. I can see how. There is one weird case, though. There's this guy named Jack. He's the captain of a very unique Blitzkrieg Corps unit. Unique? The guy had a real small unit, 5 people, including himself. The aesthetics of his unit's armor was heavily modded to the point that they looked like a squad of ancient heroes. And what? They looked really gaudy. But it turned out that the guy actually broke through the software and disabled the remote switch. He has one of the few, if not the only, suits of armor with the OS intact. To say they're among the most wanted people would be an understatement. You know a lot about this. It's interesting the amount of things you hear when dealing with drunk people of all kinds in the same place. It also helps to put on a front that makes people lower their guard. That should sound familiar to you. True. Wait. Here's a freebie. Not fact. The failsafe was originally going to involve the armor blowing up and leaving no traces. But regulations and laws didn't allow that kind of technology near civilians. I guess even Saibatsuko has its limits. People love to demonize Zaibatsuko because, let's face it, they're far from innocent. But they're not evil overlords. They're just greedy. They're just a big corporation. They just so happen to have control over that over what tantamounts to a city-state. But corporations will naturally resort to draconic methods. I've heard horror stories from people outside the city about trying to use product placement. If you so much as hold a bottle the wrong way, you get in the way of the logo, you'd be in a lot of trouble. And let's not start with theme parks or the likes. Those are dystopias of their own. And again, most of the demonetization is due to Quincy being such a clown. He has no power anyways. He's just a front that for whatever council behind Zaibatsuko chooses. He makes a fool of himself and the attention is taken away from whatever it is that Zaibatsuko is actually doing. So what were you saying is that Glitch City is basically a huge theme park? I've called the White Knights glorified mall security in the past, so yeah. Oh. No, seriously. And what? Can I get the brand TV here, please? Sure. Brand TV. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Red. 3 blue. One of these. All aged. Thanks. Here. Thanks. So I take it you're in a good mood today? Does it show? A bit. Yeah, well, I managed to nab a couple of tickets for the Hiramiki encore concert. Nice. Alright. As it turns out, she was just here. Again? Sorry. Again? Can't believe I just missed her. I was surprised too. I was more surprised she remembered my name though. And like last time, she was quite a graceful client. Man, so those rumors about her being really nice in person were actually true. Amazing. I mean, you always want the famous people to be nice in real life, but having such backing to that claim, to hear that she's nice to everyone, it's nice to hear, you know? In fact, many think that's what made her so famous so quickly. How she's down to earth and totally accessible, making her someone everyone wants to root for. I see. Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't want to feel like you're supporting crap people. Although, to be honest, I've never much thought into that one. Hell, half the time I have no idea who made that what I use, nor do I care much. Being a nice person will take you far though. My dad always insists that being ruthless in the boardroom doesn't mean being an ass. And he has actually managed to get certain contacts over others, more powerful people. All thanks to being a nice guy overall. Sounds like good advice. But more importantly, Daddy, do you really believe me saying she was just here? Do you really believe me saying she was just here that easily? You're not the kind to lie about stuff like that, so sure. Thanks, I guess. that said, can you go to the concert so easily? What about security and the like? My dad always has a unit keeping an eye on me from a distance. And you'd be surprised at how easy I can disguise myself with just a different hairdo and a cape. I see. I wonder if I could get in the disabled line with Sei and her wounds. Although she'd probably nag me about how she doesn't need it and we shouldn't have used that. Hey, can you get me a classic drink? Sure. No. Fine. Hi. Classic. I guess we're giving her being Jane. Here. Thank you. Do you have many servants around the house, Stella? I do, but they have been with us for so long, they're pretty much family. My dad has always said that if you earn someone's trust, they'll gleefully work for you, and everyone wins. We even had a young gardener that left to study engineering, and he actually came back. He still comes by every weekend to tend the plants. Man, that sounds nice. Let me know if you're ever in need of a job. I might find you something. Thanks for the offer. Wait, I just realized something off with the whole tech gold rush story. What would it be? Wouldn't all the tech be patented anyways? I get trying to crack it in the first place, but that would be true if the tech was patented in the first place. It isn't? Saibatsu have been so paranoid about making the White Knights untouchable that they never patented anything. The patent would be in a database that someone could hack and retrieve valuable information from. Not to mention, they've been using tech from other companies without any authorization. And no patent register in their right mind would approve of that global shutdown signal, let alone how it immobilized everyone still inside one of those suits. So the ones that were upholding the law did so using suits that are by all means illegal? The irony runs deep, wouldn't you say? Why do it though? When you have so much money, you start thinking you can screw around with the rules. All that power makes you think you're above every law there is. A city is what happens when those with money start making the rules. I'm curious though, have you ever covered up any fuck-ups by using money? I think we've all done things we're not too proud of at some point of our life. Well, Jill, I gotta go. Always a pleasure. Please come again. Ah, Alma. No hello? You're pretty insistent on that one, aren't you? It's basic courtesy, something I will try to uphold. First the greetings stop, then saying please and thank you stop, and before you know it, boom, total anarchy. You're exaggerating. I'm not. In fact, I'll go through that door again, and I expect you to properly greet me this time. Fine. Hello, Jill. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I ponder weak and weary, Over many quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore. While I not nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door. "Only this and nothing more." You overdid it. You totally overdid it. Quote the bartender, I did not. "So, you like poetry?" I had a phase. "Can I get you something?" "Let's start with a big cobalt velvet." "Sure." Cobalt velvet. 1, 2, 3, 4. No. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. On the rocks mixed. Here. Thanks. Oh yeah, there's something I've been wondering about for a while. Does the name Shadowmaster 69's Chronicles ring any bells? Wow, you went pale. No, that doesn't ring any bells. May 22nd. Today my daily card readings told me that I'd meet great change. Thanks to an old man. My biology teacher told me I had been picking for an intern school contest with my latest essay. I just knew a scientific theory on the idea of auroras was a revolutionary as I thought. So I'll bring the whole world into the occult science singularity. Later entries don't seem to have gone that well though. Mentions of being laughed at, being lectured on why the essay was wrong. Jill? I made sure to delete that block. No evidence should be left. I can think of at least 6 different sources off the top of my head that have all the stuff it's archived. Why? Why? Sheesh, relax. It's not that bad. What do you mean it's not that bad? Don't you realize how embarrassing it all is? We've all been young, Jill. Relax. It's not like you're still like that nowadays. That would be embarrassing. You're not still like that, right? Gods, no. I gave up on the whole occult stuff. It's just that remembering all that stuff is... Ugh. I don't know. I like the way you looked. All dressed in black with the rare accessory popping out, thanks to the color. I mean, at least you had the decency to use makeup and take care of yourself. So you have pigs. Oh god, you have fucking pigs. Why do you do this to me? Why do you dig out the sin of my past? I was bored. Last Friday I had to take my mind off of the whole Diana thing, so I ran a small background check on you. Simple stuff, just checking past internet activities. Please don't run background checks like that. I just used a search engine, you know. Didn't request documents or anything. What let you do the page? Do you realize your main mail account everywhere is still the one you used back then, right? Like I said, relax. You were obsessed with occultism. I wanted to kiss all the boys, and I almost accomplished that in middle school, which still sort of haunts me today. Never underestimate the length old classmates will go to track you down. Especially if they think you're still the girl that kissed them for fun and they are lonely to boot. We all have things we're not too proud of as adults. I know how criminals feel when evidence is used against them. I have to ask though, why the 69? It was supposed to be 6'9", not 69. Like in reference to both the lovers and the hermit. I was convinced it meant wise choices. Jill, there's nobody that would read that as 6'9". I was 12 at the time. Even at 12, I fucking knew that 69, or what 69 was. Just how innocent were you back then? Look, I'm on Team Jill there. I didn't know until I was 20. You have no idea. Well, let's sweeten up things a bit. I'll have a sugar rush. Sure. Sugar rush, are they trendy now or something? 2 reds, 1 blue. Let's get some revenge. Just mixed. Here. This is the thing. Sayama, speak of the past. What was your last long-term relationship like? That's sudden. You dug through my past, I've earned the right to dig through yours. Fine, fine. Long-lasting relationships, huh? Romantic ones, I'm guessing. Yep. Well, I've had about 4 boyfriends who I describe as such. That I've introduced to my family and all. The first one was in high school. I broke up with him because he cheated on me. I remember the other girl trying to pick a fight and me just saying, keep the fucker. The second one was during my freshman year. I broke up with him after he'd thought it'd be funny to punch me in the arm. He started with a friendly hit and before you know it. Anyways, the other guy I met shortly after I dropped out. He was interested in marriage, but I wanted to get married he wanted to get married only after half a year or so of knowing him. And then there's Richard. Who? I spent almost 4 years with him. We got along pretty well. We had awesome chemistry. Truly loved him. But as time went by, there was a rift that started separating us. He just didn't like my family. He didn't. Moreover, he was a family person. He wasn't a family person. He distanced himself from his own and voiced that he didn't want kids. There was a part of me that wanted to believe, even if just for a little bit, that maybe he'd change his mind. But as much as I loved him, that one detail brought a growing gap between us. And at one point I just had to break up with him. But I'm not here to depress you. Bring me a beer, will ya? Sure. 8 minutes. Just mixed up. Thank you for telling me that, by the way. Don't mention it. Okay, one more question and we're even. Wow, you really are embarrassed of that blog, huh? Sure, ask away. At what age did you get those implants in your boobs? Jill, I love you and I know you're saying this in a jest. But I've lived through so many rumors about me getting plastic surgery that I can't and won't take it as a joke. As such, and honoring our friendship, I'll just say this. They're real, and they're spectacular. Now ask the real question before I slap you. I'll grant you one, and only one chance to call me by my full name as a compensation then. I'll gladly take the offer. It's funny that you mentioned slapping because my real question was, why did you get your hands chopped? Chopped. Well, there's a couple of reasons. The first is that I spent lots of time typing and these replacements help to avoid carpal tunnel syndrome. Oh. The others utility, like how I can interface with many devices. For example, there is a tiny computer embedded in my glasses. If I move my index finger, it acts like a computer cursor. There's lots more, but they're small things that don't sound that impressive when I say it out loud. How did your family take the operation? They took it well enough, except for my mum. She freaked out for months. She even went to the hospital to ask for my hands. Don't you miss them? Sometimes, but just during emotional moments. But as luck would have it, someone else has them. Shortly before my operation, there was an incident on the highway. One of the victims was a young lady whose right hand got completely crushed. I told them to check if they were compatible and all that. I mean, implants are not everyone's first choice if they can get natural replacements. A bit of cosmetic treatment and it could pass off as her original hand with no problem. Last I heard, we were compatible and her family agreed to the donation. I don't know what became of her, but I hope she's fine. And you didn't tell your mom about that? I didn't want her pestering the poor girl. So, are we cool now? Are we even now? Are we? You were pretty pissed about my comment regarding your boobs. Again, I'm sorry. It sounded a lot less rude in my head. Yeah, don't worry about that. Besides, I get to call you Julian once. Now you don't. Huh? Why? You just called me by my full name. Are you serious? One chance and only one chance, and you just use it up. Dang it. Surprise!